Again, you can probably see me, but I'll disappear. I can't see you for a few minutes. And then I'm going to look for it on my page so that I can share it from my phone to my pages. All right, so we are live. What's up, Cheryl? How are you?
Hi, I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good, good. Considering this crazy day of technology challenges and but at least you're live. I'm seeing you, so this is a good thing. And I want to share it to my pages. At least we're going somewhere. We're just, I don't know. I think you said it. Everybody's on it. Everybody's on social media and on their laptops, and so it's as if the internet doesn't know what to do. So Ash Sharma's on, Shirley's on. Hey guys, what's up? Glad you can hear us and see us. Hey. All right, so introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you, and then I want to talk about Dandelion Community Cafe, of course, which is a wonderful place. Orlando institution, really. And if you don't know about it, we're going to change that today. So tell us a little bit about you.
That's the plan. My name is Cheryl. I'm the general manager and co-owner of Dandelion with my husband. I have been working in restaurants since I was technically 17. Last week of being 17, I got a job at the UCF Student Union Subway. So nice. I got my start as a sandwich artist. No big deal. I've mainly done front of house. I'm not really I wouldn't call myself a chef, but I can work in our kitchen, but I cannot create menu items very well. But yeah, my thing has always been customer service and I don't know, smiling at the front, greeting everybody.
So what's it like? What's it like going from working for the UCF Subway to co-owning a cafe?
It's a lot. Well, I mean, I was, not to date myself, that was a very long time ago that I was a sandwich artist. So there's been a long process from start to finish. I've taken very few breaks from the restaurant world. So I've worked for very major corporations and I've worked for very small mom and pop places, mostly in Orlando, but some in Sanford as well, catering companies, all kinds of things. I worked for the Dandelion for a few years, Uno's. My last job before starting here was at Hard Rock at Universal City Walk, which is very strange. So I got that job after my husband Chris and I were already dating and together, and worked there for 6 years. And for part of those 6 years, I was also here just working the front counter and helping out. It was so strange to go from, I mean, the largest Hard Rock in the world. We can see if every chair is full, it's 1,100 customers to basically like 40 to 50 here. And serving all fried food to serving very healthy things here. I mean, coming to Dan for the first time, I didn't even know something like this could exist. It was so beautiful to me. Just camaraderie, sharing tips between everybody is something I'd never really, we did that some at Enzia, but not with the kitchen. It was just with the servers. So all that stuff, it was just wonderful. And a place where I could sit outside and have people leaving and being like, oh, I feel wonderful. Like, this was so great, instead of like grumpy that they're at theme parks all day. So
right. Yeah,
it's a nice change.
Completely different feel. So tell us about Dandelion.
The polar opposite. Well, we are, our main focus is sustainability and organic food. I mean, we don't like eating pesticides, which is a problem with a lot of people, I guess, with a lot of farmers that are growing more conventional produce. But we wanted to have food that is attainable, good tasting, and good for you, makes you feel good when you leave. Which, again, coming from Hard Rock, I really sound like I'm bashing them. I had a great time working there. It was very fun. But you're feeding people fried food and Diet Cokes, and they're not going to feel incredible when they leave. It might taste good to your taste buds going down, but it's going to drag you down later in the day.
They're not known for their healthy choices.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Actually, a friend of mine got asked to help with their vegan menu. He worked here for a while too. Um, but he was their like resident vegan expert. But you know, we try to focus a lot on community, bringing people together. I think food is just something that really that everybody can connect around. And you know, we've had everybody come here from your, you know, yoga instructor group to business people coming in that have never eaten. Well, they claim they've never eaten vegan food, but I promise everybody's probably had an apple or a banana or something.
Right.
Eaten vegan food. Um, I get that a lot from people. You know, I've had people just walk up brazenly to the counter and say, "I'll have your chicken quesadilla," and it's like, we don't have that. That's nowhere on our menu.
So
but,
Dandelion is vegan. Dandelion's vegan or vegetarian?
Yeah, we are fully plant-based. We actually, when Dandelion started, it was vegetarian. We had dairy cheese and dairy milk for tea. And then January 1st, 2017, we took all of that off the menu and went strictly plant-based. It's always been about celebrating the vegetable. We don't have, the only kind of like fake meat we have is tempeh, which is still made, it's just fermented soybeans. You know, we don't even have tofu, seitan, any of that stuff. It's more just about making vegetables tasty.
So how do you come? You said that you're not the creative you're not the menu person. You're not coming up with the menu items. So what's that process like? I mean, I know you know at least what the process is like. Do you all change up the menu a lot?
Yeah.
Can you give people who have no idea about Dandelion what maybe a couple of the more popular items are that you offer?
Oh, for sure. Well, I have a wonderful brother. Hope he doesn't watch this. Hear me say glowing things about him. He is actually our chef. He has been doing this a little longer than me, although not much. It's pretty close race. I've actually worked with him at several other places as well. But he's our executive chef. He has a palate that I cannot even fathom. So he's actually taken a lot of stuff that was already on our menu and just made it a little bit more flavorful. So taking base ingredients, like we'd have pumpkin seeds on a salad, and he changed them to barbecue spice. So it just adds depth of flavor, a little more excitement to your palate. So he is just always thirsty for knowledge. So he is following a bunch of people on social media, different chefs, and he watches a bunch of cooking shows like, you know, Ugly Delicious and Chef Show on Netflix, stuff like that. He gets inspiration from so much, from going to other restaurants. Vacationing with him is very strict. We went to New York and we were there for like 4 days, and I think we went to like 22 places to eat.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a serious regimen. It's fun though. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining.
We get to learn and try a whole bunch of things.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. So we did a Spanish tapas tour, and we'd go get 1 or 2 things, small things to share, and then we'd walk 30 minutes and go to the next place. So it wasn't like we're gorging ourselves constantly, but so he's constantly looking for inspiration and changing things. Some of the most popular thing right now, and probably has always been, is the Giddy Up, which has actually been on the menu since we opened. It's our house-made chili so you get it as a bowl or a wrap. So it's either like a taco salad or a wet burrito. It's got our homemade sweet potato queso on it, tomatoes, scallions, our lettuce mix. We get a lot of local lettuces for that. It's super good, very filling. We do it for $6 every Monday, even in a pandemic. $6 Giddy Up.
Even in a pandemic.
Although I think pandemic popularity, the Buffalo 66 has reigned supreme.
What's the Buffalo 66?
Buffalo 66. It's like a buffalo chicken wrap. So the chicken substitute is tempeh. So it's cashew encrusted tempeh tenders. But with all of our dressings are made in house. We have a vegan ranch and buffalo sauce we put on there as well. So I think it's just a lot of flavors that people are really used to and just really love, but in a healthier way.
You've got a lot of love coming on the show. Ash Sharma says he loves you guys. I know he's awesome. People are saying, I wish I could eat vegetables all the time. Well, I think
you can.
They need to not
Trust
be afraid
me, we've got vegetables to sell coming in.
And I think what you all do is you create, like there's a stigma out there, and I don't want to say stigma is too harsh. people don't know what they don't know. And so if they hear that it's plant-based, they think it's going to taste bland, or they only can think of the vegetable that might be attached to it and don't understand that there are many ways to use that vegetable in flavors that they couldn't even imagine.
I mean, I grew up hating Brussels sprouts, and I just didn't have them cooked well. Now I love them. Now I know how to cook them better.
How do you prep them?
Brussels sprouts, I cut them I trim them, cut them in half, and then I toss them with olive oil, salt, pepper, maybe a little garlic. Just roast them in the oven. I love a roasted vegetable. It's so good.
We love roasted.
So much better than just take it out of the bag, frozen Brussels sprouts, and cook them in the microwave, which is what my mom always did. That threw me off of vegetables for quite a while.
So let me ask you, when somebody wants to come and try, like, let's say, all right, this sounds good, I want to give it a whirl. I think a lot of people are trying new things during the lockdown that they might not have tried before. If somebody has never tried vegan food, plant-based food, what would your recommendation be to start with something like Giddy Up or Buffalo 66?
Yeah, I mean, those are very familiar flavors. I mean, everybody's had a chili. And I think our chili is delicious and can compete with other meaty chilies. We've actually been in chili cook-offs. But I know, it's unnerving. People are not used to it. But it is, I mean, probably those just based on flavor profile. But we have so many people that come in and will just come up and say, just give me something that you like. And that is my favorite kind of customer. I'll just say, is there anything you're allergic to or don't eat? And then I'll take it from there. So like one of the ones I suggest a lot is the ranch TLT, which is like thinly sliced tempeh. It's basically a BLT with tempeh instead of bacon, of course. But it has the ranch dressing on it, which I just love. So it's very familiar flavors, but very fresh and crisp and delicious. And I just love it.
So those
are my choices.
How do people find you? So do you do curbside and delivery or just curbside?
We do all of the things. Okay. We have an online ordering portal at dandytogo.com where you can place your order, pay for it online, and you can either come and pick it up or just call when you get here and we'll bring it out to the car. You can call and order over the phone and pay by credit card over the phone. We'll just bring the slip out to the car for you to sign if you want to have us bring it out to you. And then we do delivery through Grubhub and DoorDash.
Love it. Yeah, I want to. And where are you physically located? So when all of this is over, people can come find you.
It is, I mean, our street address is 618 North Thornton Avenue. So we're right by, if you know where Colonial Photo Hobby is, we are directly behind them at Mills and 50. So we're in the Mills 50 district, but just on the outside of Lake Eola Heights as well. So
guys, if you haven't tried Dandelion, this is the time. I think that look up their menu online. Obviously, Cheryl, she says she's not part of the creation, but she certainly knows the food and knows what goes into it and all the love and all of the cool ingredients, the stuff that makes you feel good when you leave. And I think people are looking for that. I mean, I am guilty of just eating a whole bunch of really bad things right before we went live. And I think that if we had access to more, if it was easier, the access to the food, and this is a perfect way for you to get easy access to plant-based food and give it a try. The flavors are what gets me. I remember, you probably know Larry Rumbaugh from Veg Fest.
Of course.
So Larry and I went to college, and I love to tell the story that I walked into his house once, and this is in the 80s, and the smell alone drove me away from ever thinking that I wanted to be a vegetarian or vegan. But it's changed, right? Everything's changed. It's developed. For sure. It's become a real way of life, and the flavors are just out of this world awesome. So, all right. So Cheryl Blanc.
I do love Larry. What's up, Larry?
Larry, we love Larry.
We do also have something I wanted to talk about real quick.
Please.
We opened a little, I call it the Dandy Pantry. So we have basically a whole shelf up front with some grocery essentials. We have toilet paper, paper towels, and then some shelf-stable ingredients. We have a bunch of different oils, vinegars. Trying to think of what's on the shelf right now. We have wine, bottles of wine. And then we also have a bunch of bulk food as well. So we have cold chili that you can just stick in your freezer for later. Mark, our chef just made some pickled mustard greens from Frogs on Organics, and Italian marinated vegetables that are also things that you can just have on hand for later in the week. So it's not just, I'm going to get food for this moment. You can just add on a few other things to eat throughout the week. We have amazing curry cashews that I love.
Yum.
So all of that stuff is on our online ordering menu as well. So you can just order it all and come and pick it up.
Your little sundry shop, your little pantry.
I know. I've always wanted to have one. This is a wonderful opportunity for it.
What are you doing?
For some reason, I love stocking retail. I don't know. It's very calming to me.
What are you doing to stay positive? You personally, what are you doing?
I mean, I have a 4-year-old son, and so I'm taking the time that I have. It's sad being slower business-wise, but it does give me more time to be at home with my family. So getting to hang out with him, and just be silly. He's the funniest little dude. But so spending time with him always cheers me up. Literally started a puzzle yesterday, and he just rolls up and says, "What in 7 C's is this? Who are you?" So doing that, and really just, talking to my staff is always uplifting. They're a very positive group. Our customers are amazing, and getting to check in with them on a very limited basis. But even just, people checking in and leaving us nice comments or reviews and stuff like that is just, even if they haven't come in a while and they just want to show us some love on the internet, is really nice. And just seeing all the positive things that people are doing in the world. My brother actually runs a nonprofit in Sanford called the Picnic Project, where they feed the homeless. Where they feed the community. Anybody can come and eat food. They usually have a hot meal every Sunday. During the pandemic, they're not doing that because that was, 100 plus people hanging out in a giant room. Can't really do that. So they're doing grocery bag giveaways, which has gone through the roof. But it's just so beautiful. He told me today they did a food drop yesterday and a drive up thing, and they gave away, it was 326 cars or something came through and did a whole family meal giveaways of just grocery staples. Some of it is basic ramen and canned vegetables, but then they get some other really cool donations. They actually had toilet paper giveaway too. It's beautiful.
What a blessing that is. So the Picnic Project?
So seeing that stuff, the Picnic Project. Seeing stuff like that is just really heartwarming with all the devastation that people are going through and businesses struggling and people losing their jobs. It's nice to know that there are really incredible people out there doing beautiful work in our community. So that's definitely helpful.
One of the reasons I love the name of your place is it's got the word community in it.
I know, I love it.
And you guys are so community oriented. Thank you so much. Of course,
thank you.
I'm hungry, starving now. You guys check out Dandelion Community Cafe. You can tell that they really, really want to take care of you, and it means a lot to them and to all businesses right now. If you want to try something different, curbside it or Grubhub it, get it to you. You can just look at the menu. And of course you could reach out to Cheryl. I tagged her. You could reach out to the page. If you have any questions, give them a shout. Thank you for being on the show.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
What a blessing. Thank you so much. I can't wait to come there and eat live.
Yeah, right? Amazing.
We're going to do a show.
That'll be beautiful.
I would love it. All right. Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.